Yeah, hello guys, back with another video on Asem, starting with chapter 7. We learn that the guy that is fetching buddies from the station in Humansdorp after the trip down with the bus is called Stef Jonker, a friend of Buddy's dad. Um, he introduces himself, quite a abrasive, rude kind of guy, driving a beach buggy. He's almost, you can basically call him a beach bum. The way that he looks like, his appearance, basically. Okay, so he has a short conversation with Boris, and Nico loads all Boris' stuff on the roof and inside of the buggy, and Boris gets a chance to say goodbye to Nico. Um, he's really beginning to like the sergeant, and he says that he wishes that she could join them. She gives him a business card with contact numbers and a second card, that if there's any problems with his dad and his dad's violent tendencies, that he can use those contact details. Okay, moving on. Buddies and Steph Jonker leave. They leave in the beach buggy, heading for Cape St. Francis. So from Iwansdorp, that's a bit inland from the coast. They now, if you take out an atlas, just like one of the or couple of the questions ask you to do, you'll see that from Munsdorp towards the coast is Jeffreys Bay and Cape St. Francis, etc. So they drive the road down. Barry's realizes he forgot his iPod somewhere. He's very angry at it. Instead of just asking Steph Jonker about it, he's very bossy and tells Jonker to turn around, give him his phone so that he can phone Nico to help him find the um, um, iPod. But Jonker says no, he's not turning around. Nope, no cell phone. That's the orders. Barry is very angry and quite rude about this. He basically tells Steph Jonker, "F you and your orders." Okay, they're driving, and as they're driving from from Humansdorp to this farm in the Cape St. Francis area, it becomes more and more rural. The road becomes more and more um, the road becomes more and more untowed and rougher, and it's bumpy terrain. Okay, so while he drives, he shows to Burries the wildlife and tells him about the marine life. Once they next to the coast, he shows Burries a whale and tells Burries he's got a basically a harpoon, a underwater hunting harpoon that he uses to catch fish, etc. Okay. At some point, the two of them are very, how can I say, angry with each other. They're rude and they're not getting along at all. Okay, at some point, the buggy's engine stops working. So Boris has to get out and he has to basically push start it. The Boris is very, again, he tries and while pushing the buggies, they don't come right, and Boris screams at Steph Jonker, that's basically a piece of rubbish. It's not working. Okay. Steph mentions that they'll have to take the luggage and carry it for a while. And maybe hide some behind some rocks. Um, um, and then they can always fetch the stuff later. They can just leave it there. It should be safe. Um, After the unsuccessful pushing attempt, Barry's complains that his stomach isn't. He's not feeling really well. His stomach is not too good. Jonker hands him some toilet paper and tells him to go find a proper tree. Um, while all of this happens, uh, Barry's is full of comments about his dad and what type of person his dad is. Look, he's still very angry at his dad and full of frustrations at his dad. Jonker tells him he's got a poor perception of Paul Barnard, his dad, tells him to be a bit of more of a gentleman. He tells Barry that Paul has achieved a lot more than he thinks, and Barry's won't stand in the way of that. He reveals that him and Paul Barnard, his dad, goes quite a while back, and that they know each other really well. Okay. Also in this chapter, Buddy sees that by his feet on the floor of the little car, the little buggy, there's some like shoes and stuff that belongs to a woman. Um, Steph tells him it belongs to his girlfriend, and that if Boris looks at his girlfriend, or God, like he did, Steph saw him look at Nico at the station, that you'll shoot him in the arm with the harpoon, with the fishing, basically a fishing gun, um, and that he's done it before, so don't underestimate that he will do it again. So that gives us quite a good idea what type of person this Steph Jonker is. Very abrasive, very straightforward, and he backs, rather than backing Burries, he's definitely backing Paul Barnard, no matter what his history is, because they come a long way. Right, so that is it for the chapter. That was chapter 7. Just a short summary. Please remember to use the PowerPoint, and even more so your guide. A very good summary in English that the guide will provide you. Okay, a very good summary, and there's also some info available as well after each chapter about maybe a character or two, or a relationship between a character or two. Okay, moving on with the questions. Open up the questions of question 7. As always, question 1 is the spider diagram or the mind map. Please add new characters like Steph Jonker. Please add some more information that we find out, for example, where they are right now, etc. Keep on building that mind map of yours, okay? Vraag 2 vra, Barry noem vir Stef Jonker 'n barbaar op bladsy 65. Watter twee dinge het hy op die vorige bladsy ervaar sodat hy Stef se noem? He calls Stef Jonker barbaric. You need to say, mention two things why buddies would say that about Stef. For example, I'm going to give you one half of the answer. The way he whistles at Nico when he sees the sergeant and what she looks like. He gives like a nasty kind of whistle that basically comments on her good looks. All right. Vraag 3. Barry sê vir Nico, sou jy nou okay wees? Hoe sou jy dit in goeie Afrikaans skryf? Hou die konteks in gedagte. Barry's tells Nico, will you be okay now? How will you write this in a bit more standard, proper Afrikaans? Keep the context in thought while you do this. Vraag 4. Hulle ry van Humansdorp na Kaap St. Francis. Soek dit op 'n kaart sodat jy presies weet waar in die RSA hulle is. So we said they were driving from Humansdorp, where the bus stopped. They're now in the buggy. They're driving to Kaap St. Francis. You don't have to, like in the previous set of questions, draw a map or anything. Just have a look on an atlas where they are more or less now in the Eastern Cape. To go find Cape St. Francis. Vraag 5. Op bladsy 69 sê Stef, en nou begin die eintlike sports. Wat bedoel hy daarmee? Gee jou interpretasie van sports in hierdie konteks. Het dit 'n negatiewe of positiewe konnotasie? Verduidelik jou antwoord met 'n voorbeeld of 2. On question 5, on page 69, Steph says, and now the actual sports begins. That's when they started driving on a very rough, untarred road. What does he mean with the sports is beginning only now? Give your interpretation of sports in this context, positive or negative connotation. Explain your answer with an example. 2. Question 6. Vraag 6. Die laaste woorde van Barry op bladsy 70 is uiters skree en ongeskik. Skryf dit oor in beskaafde maar sterk taal. The last words that Barry says at the end of page 70 is extremely rude and crude language. Rewrite this in proper but strong Afrikaans. Lastly, vir bespreking vraag 7. Wie is jou gunsteling karakter sover en hoekom? Question 7, just as a discussion. Later on when school resumes, we'll do this as group discussion, so just practice this. You don't have to write this. Who's your favorite character so far and why? Right guys, that's it for chapter 7. Thank you for your time.